We've got Brandon in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Brandon, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Awesome. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
How can we help?
It's an honor speaking to you guys.
You too.
So I got a question. I've got a goal to become a Decamillionaire, and I just wanted to get you guys' insight on maybe what I should do. Like, I'm following the baby steps. I'm in baby steps 4 and 6. So when you're in baby step 7, do you just continue to invest in your retirement and just use cash for everything, or do you maybe look into run a real estate or single stocks? I just wanted to get you guys' input on that.
Before you answer that, George, why a Decamillionaire? Why'd you pick that number?
It's just a goal of mine. I don't know. I'm an overachiever, I guess. I don't know. It's just a personal goal.
How old are you?
27.
27, and you're out of debt. Do you have a mortgage currently?
I do.
Okay. Well, man, you're on track to do some big things. I mean, I think it's possible. It's a cool goal. I think what John's trying to get at is just kind of curious about the motive behind it.
Is it a number? Do you want to get an airplane? Do you want to have some?
Is it a lifestyle thing for you?
Neat cars? What is it?
I think it's sort of, I guess, it's a lifestyle thing maybe. Also, I just want to be able to care for my family, just have enough money to. I mean, $1 to $5 million is great. I know Dave says the baby steps is the quickest way to get to $1 to $5 million, and that's awesome. I want to, I've got a dream car, a dream house. I want to have another house down south. And so I guess it's just a lifestyle thing.
Sure. Well, at 26, Dave tells the story, but he was bankrupt, had zero, less than, right? And now he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So the answer to your question is yes, you can do that following the principles.
Yeah, and how do you do it? That's a different question. And it sounds like you're already investing 15% of your income. How much do you make right now?
$80,000 a year.
Okay.
And I'm pretty much at the top of my industry, so I wasn't sure if I had to maybe switch careers, or I'm working with a investment pro.
What do you do for work?
In Rungeman, I drive a semi truck locally.
And you can't make more than 80 in that industry?
It's pretty much at the top. I mean, I work quite a bit of hours, 10 to 12-hour days.
Can you see yourself doing this for 40 years?
That's the thing is I don't dislike it, but it's not my passion. But running the numbers, I should have $3 to $5 million in my retirement accounts by the time I retire, and a pension, and so that's not bad. But I would like to get.
That's
to
incredible.
That's
not bad. God Almighty! Yeah, we'll go slumming with $5 million in the bank. Come on, man.
There's a few things you can do here, and obviously you've run the numbers to see if I just invest 15% for a long period of time, multiple decades, I can get up to $5 million. Now, there's other things you can do that we would say are wise things. Dave loves real estate, and so if you want to do some real estate investing, once you have a paid-for house, you can save up with cash and do that. Do not take out more debt at that point, but that can help you build a portfolio, build that wealth to where you might have $10 million in assets. Now, can you get $10 million in cash in your retirement account? Sure, you might need to have a great income, max out your 401k for the next 30 years, which you could easily do, and that could give you $10 million depending on the rate of return. So what I love to do, John, is I like to go to RamseySolutions.com, and I go to the investing calculator, and it's fun to just play around with the numbers. And you go, all right, if I invest $1,000 a month for 30 years with a rate of 10%, where does that get me? Yeah. Oh, cool, that's $7 million. Yep. Okay, what if it's 11%? Oh, that's now $8 million or $9 million. What if it's not a great time and it's 7%? Okay, well, that still gives me $4 million. Yeah. And so you start to play around with those numbers and you kind of get excited and it makes you feel like you're on track. Yeah. And so I think you aim at that, and I think if you hit $9 million, you call it good.
And Brandon, can I just be honest with you? Just love with just two dudes, not even on the radio in front of millions of people, just two guys hanging out?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you work for 40 years in a job you don't like and you have $3 million in your account, it won't be worth it. You've got an opportunity right now at 27 to do something that you love. What do you want to do? What would you love to do?
Well, I looked into doing being a financial master coach training.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I could do that and build a client base. I already help people for free just because I love talking about money.
Do it both. Do both.
Or real estate. Do both.
Do both, my man. Because then you can do your trucking and you can do your driving. You've got a steady income and you've got a great opportunity to build a side hustle. And man, some of our coaching clients do incredibly well for themselves. And you begin to lean into what I was put on this planet to do. I want you to hang on the line, brother. And we're going to send you a copy of our friend Ken Coleman's brand new best-selling book, From Paycheck to Purpose, about stepping back. Dude, you're making $80,000 27. You're killing it. You're doing great. But what I'm telling you is 40 years from now, at the end, man, if you've worked for a paycheck, man, it's great to take care of your family. I don't want to poo-poo on $3 million, for real. But, man, right now you are somebody who is thinking ahead. You're somebody who's intentional, and I want you to think about, man, if I could really lean into what I want to do. Do I want to run my own trucking company? Do I want to run my own coaching practice? Like, what do I want to do, man? And we're going to give you that book, and it's got the steps to walk you through that. Is that cool?
Awesome. I appreciate it so much. I love your podcast, by the way. I listen to that podcast while I'm driving.
Way better than Georgia's, right?
That hurts.
I'm just kidding.
You guys both, I love both your podcasts.
No, I mess with you. Thanks, Brandon. Hey, I want you to keep those great goals, keep them out there, but I never want you to forget why you're chasing down that money, okay?
All right.
Very cool.
I love it. And on top of that, on top of sending you From Paycheck to Purpose, Ken Coleman's new book, we're going to get you plugged into his Get Clear assessment. And this is really going to help you dial in what was I put on this planet to do. Because that's a big question. It can get a little existential. And Ken's assessment does such a great job to just put it on paper. You get to read a sentence that can really start to point you in a direction. Because you're in the trucking industry, that's a tough industry.
Yep.
And it's tiring, it's exhausting, you're away from your family sometimes. Obviously, you're doing it locally now, which is great. But I want you to really dig in because I think whatever you put your mind to, you're going to be great at it. You have an awesome work ethic, you're thinking ahead, and like John said, we want you to be doing something for the right reasons, something that gives you purpose, that gives you a little pep in your step in the morning, and you'll get there, man. And whether it's $3, $5, $10 million, we just want you to look back and say, man, that was a great life I lived.
And I want people listening to hear, this isn't about the dollar amount. I talked to a guy the other day that makes $48,000, and he's looked at me and said, dude, I'm in my dream job. Dude, I was high-fiving him. It was awesome. It's less about the money and more about, man, what is going to fill me up and allow me to accomplish my financial goals too.
You can fill your tank and your bank account at the same time if you do it right. I love it. This is The Ramsey Show.